What happened in that fifth round when he did?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and look at that. I have no idea. I think he caught me with something. I jumped on a leg and he defended well and we ended up in a scramble, but I have no idea. That's just...
Did you lose your bearings at that point?
No. I knew exactly where I was. I knew I was completely present. There was one thing going through my head. Do not stop. Keep moving. Keep going, because it's hard to hit someone who keeps moving and you have to readjust, just like on the feet. I say this to everyone when I tell them, when I teach at home and when I teach around the world to my friends. The second you stop, it only gets worse. And it's hard in that moment. It's hard in that moment to push through, and you've got a man on top of you who hits like a truck coming down on you. You just got to keep going and know that everything will figure itself out.
In a recent interview, you talked about the new meta rankings that'll come out later this year. And something that was interesting is you said that you'll have a media rankings and you'll have like the new AI rankings.
I said AI and human.
So my question is, for fights, production, matchmaking moving forward, will you guys lean on one ranking more than the other? Like for graphics, will the AI rankings be the ones that you guys focus on? Or
listen, I'm not delusional and think that the AI thing is going to solve all the problems. That's why we'll have two sets of rankings. We'll have AI and human. So I don't know. We got to see how it goes.
I'm told Justin Gaethje is going to be fighting Islam. That's what I'm told. I have a hard time believing that. I have a really hard time believing that. But it also involves Ali, who might as well be a magician. Ali can pull magic out of the hat like no other manager in this industry, so I cannot discount it.
Check this out, man. We got a clip of our DBX1. We had some big fights. Yoel Romero was our main event.
I thought it was bare fist. So you got gloves on too?
It's 4-ounce boxing gloves. So it's boxing with elbows.
If you drop them, you can ground and pound?
If you drop them, you can ground and pound, but you can't go down to like a knee on belly or a full mount. You got to stay on your feet and you work your way around them and try to box them.
Yeah.
We'd like to see some Tai Tuivasa style in there, man.
Oh, that's my shit. You know that. I'm unbeaten in those.
It's just standing bangs, elbows, spinning back fist.
Yeah, that double leg that was in there, he wasn't supposed to do that. He just went for a takedown.
Takedown? So I was like, damn.
No takedowns.
Scary.
He paid for that shit after too. He paid for that takedown after.
Oh yeah, he got in trouble.
No, he got beat up after.
Oh, he got bashed.
Yeah, he got beat up after he took the guy down.
Better.
Maybe David Goggins is precisely what he needs. Because he doesn't need to learn how to fight. He just needs someone to tap into his mind.
If it's just to get your ass back in gear, get you motivated, like you're saying, and maybe push yourself to another level, Goggins is the guy to pull that out of you, right? He's just going to torture you. He's going to make you find another level down there.
Yeah, because he doesn't need to learn how to fight. All right, you can make an argument. Oh, he needs to work on his takedown defense. The guy's had a legendary Hall of Fame career. He's probably going to have a few more fights and call it a day. All he needs to do is to tap into that mentality, that psyche, that motivation. And David Goggins is perfect.
Yeah.
Does Izzy need to fight again? No. Does he want to end his career on a few wins? Probably. Does he want to become the champion again? There's a very, very good possibility that he's like, no, I want to be the champion again. And I love the Sean Strickland call out, to be honest. That makes all the sense in the world.
Hamzat with DDP will be next. Who knows when that's gonna be?
He does the craziest shit and somehow he lands. Or somehow he'll miss some punches.
Stubborn.
Takedown.
He's stubborn, man. It's even funny to watch. I give him all the respect. He's so good at what he does, no matter what. What did I say before? Like, he's the best fighter in the world. But somehow he makes it look good.
Marab's kind of like the same way. Even Bilal.
Nah, Marab strikes better.
It's the mixing of the fight.
Yeah, mixing. In MMA, there's always phases. Like, there was a phase where the strikers were on top. So it's a trend. And then people see enough tape. We know how to handle this now. Now we have to reshuffle the deck.
For some reason, I thought that fight with you and Sharbetti made a little bit more sense.
Of course it did, but Henry, it just, that's the thing is, you know, like me and Brady, he had messaged me, I think back in like February or something like that. And very respectful, which I really like. He's one of the guys who were in the division that I kind of like. And so, he said, "Hey, I would love the opportunity to fight you." And I said, "Man, I would love to run that fight as well." But I think he asked, he said, if you were down to fight in Miami. I told him Miami might be a little too early for me. I'm in the process of just rehabilitating my body and getting back. So might need a little bit more time, but I would love to run that fight. And yeah, you know, he got the, Leon fight. He looked good. He was able to go in there and get the job done. And then all of a sudden now it's like, you know, yeah, I don't need to fight you anymore. Or now, of course you want to fight me. You know, it is what it is, but it is what it is. June 14th. I'm ready to get back in there. I know everybody's been waiting. I know some people were patient. Some people were not patient, Henry. And you know, because we see the comments. We see y'all comments under those posts.
You got to drop that Bilal interview, Kamaru.
The who?
Yeah. No, listen, you know what? Honestly,
June 14th, we're worried. Right now, we're focused. Everything, our sights are focused on, how do you say his name, Henry? I love how you say
Joaquin Buckley.
Going out on my terms, man. I'm not getting squeezed out of this. I'm not letting the sport retire me. I'm retiring from the sport.
And I'm going to let you know this. There's a lot of people that can't do that.
Yeah,
okay?
I know a lot.
In our sport, there's a lot of people that can't do that. I was a punter, so I don't want to compare myself to anybody else. It is really nice whenever you're done for the next 10 years to be like, still got it, you know, especially because you go out on top. Those guys that kind of fall out, I think forever they have a doubt in their mind. If you go out on top, you forever have a confidence about, like, if I needed to, I could still go back.
Exactly. How beautiful is this? I get to go out on top, potentially getting my hand raised, leaving the sport, retiring from the sport with the world championship belt on a pay-per-view. Come on, man. At home. Let's go.
Whatever adult allows Conor McGregor to return with the same exact injury that Chris Weidman had. Now, Chris Weidman being possibly the most disciplined guy in the sport, Conor being the most undisciplined guy in the sport, Chris Weidman doing everything right from rehab to taking his time to focusing to being at home at night and going to bed and getting rest on his leg. He did everything right and did not return as somebody that could follow the basic rule, which was to protect himself at all times, right? That hindered repaired leg was that big of an obstacle. But we're supposed to believe that Conor not only can return from the same thing, he can return better. And we think he's going to be better because we're not booking him in 3-round fights. We're booking him exclusively in 5-round main events. So he is going to have to perform at a much higher level than the All-American. Ariel, the laws of logic disqualify that. The basic rule is protect yourself at all times. Conor McGregor is not in a position with anybody under contract at the UFC to protect himself at all times. It's a silly proposition, and that is just the truth. That is just the truth. Like, there's not another way to say it. I also want in on the Conor business. I also want to cover him and have him back. It's different when he's there. I acknowledge the fun, but if you're talking about any level of responsibility, you can't book him, and you definitely can't book him in a 5-round fight. That's insane.
I'm super excited about this new journey, this new venture in my MMA career and really just my fight career as a whole. I've signed with GFL, the Global Fight League. I know that there's been announcements and a lot of people have talked about it, but you haven't heard it from me. So I just wanted to let you all know I am super excited about this new challenge with GFL. And I just wanted to say thank you to all of my fans. I truly couldn't do it without you, starting at age 20 in boxing and having a decade of a boxing career before I even decided to start a whole new career in MMA, and all my fans encouraging me the whole way, just telling me to get after it. I appreciate you and I have so much love for you. Fighting here locally, and then even ones with Bellator, fought with LFA, and then got the title with LFA and went to the UFC, got to fight for a title. Super thankful. I have so much love for the UFC and everything that has been in my path to this date, and I'm just excited for this new challenge, and I will be in fight camps.
Jon versus Tom Aspinall. This week was a funny one. Someone reported that the fight's done, it's got a date. Then the next day, someone reported the fight's off, and then Jon's not taking it. Where do we stand with that fight?
Everything you hear is bullshit until we say it.
So that fight is still the target for both men.
I've said it many times that's the fight that we want to make this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the year, you said you were super confident. It's definitely going to happen. Are you still super confident?
Still super confident.
Cool. In your career, do you remember another fight that people are kind of bitching at you about as much as?
Oh yeah, there's been plenty, but I've said since day one, this will be the biggest heavyweight fight in the history of the company and in the history of the sport. This will be a big one.